We're live. Brilliant. That's excellent. I tried something different. How are you, everybody? I'm Libby. I'm coming live for you from Truly Myrtle headquarters. We have a podcast all about knitting and making and other creative things. I'm down here in the beautiful, actually I was going to say way down here in the bottom of the world in New Zealand. The weather is beautiful. It's as if by magic, boom, spring is here. I can't believe it, and I'm so hot. So now let me just check where you are. Hang on a second. It's asking me to do sorts of things, but I'm just going to look for your comments on. Yay, how are you? Okay, I can see you here. I've turned my sound down so I can see your chat. Let me see if I can see you chatting to me here. I can see you all here. I think you've got to click something if you want to say hi, but we'll see how we go. I have all the things. Hey, everybody watching. I can see everybody watching on Facebook. Oh, look. Hi. Someone on Facebook. Yay, it seems to be working. It's all tied up together. All right, let me get myself comfortable. It is really warm. I'll kick off my shoes because I'm really warm. And you can see that I'm wearing a summery top because it's as if, boom, it's just the lights went on and spring has arrived. How foggy was it with us this morning? It was super foggy, Maureen. I went for a walk, and as you go down in the little dips, it was super foggy. I'm always a bit nervous about that because the cars come fast down our street. So I sort of dive off into the side, nearly fall down into the ditch. Sometimes I go in the ditch just to stay out of the way, but it was okay. It wasn't totally invisible, so they could see me as they got closer. Hey, Tamsin from Rangiora, lovely to see you. Oh, someone's making their second Hebe in California. Nice. Who will that be? Kim? I'm not sure who that is. Tell me who that is. Hey, from Hamilton. Good morning, good morning. I can't see a lot of your names on Facebook, so if you pop your name into the comment, then I'll see it's you. Gusty, washing, drying down here. That'll be you, Sabrina. How are you? Very foggy, says Joanne. Very foggy. Yeah, it was super foggy, but now the sun is out, the sky is blue. Oh my goodness, looking gorgeous with your hairdo. Oh, thanks. My new hairdo. I still haven't worked out what I'm doing with it. I think it is curlier than it used to be, and it's definitely drier, and I've got this stuff I'm supposed to put in it when I wash it, and we'll see how I manage it, because it's not my old hair. I've got new hair. Actually, I have my son has my hair. It's really funny. He had very ringlety hair when he was little, and everyone thought he was a girl. He's got big, beautiful blue eyes and very olive skin, but then these ringlets, golden ringlets. Anyway, it's got darker as he's got older, but he has this sort of shaggy student style haircut, which is basically my haircut, only his friend's girlfriend cuts his hair, so it looks a little bit like it's been attacked with a lawnmower, but anyway, he has this curly hair as well. It's quite funny seeing it in your children. I don't know if you guys have experienced that. It's odd. Hey Barbara, it's been very warm in New South Wales. Fantastic. Alyssa says she's so hot. She's knitting cotton and linen tops on 3 on the needles at present. Oh, Alyssa, that's what I need too. It's beautiful in Oamaru, but it's set to change again and be winter again later on today. I'm not sure that I'm 100% ready to say goodbye to winter just yet. I'm not 100% ready because I'm nervously thinking summer might be here, but we had such a rubbish summer last year that I am nervous about whether or not we're going to get one. So I don't know. It's so funny. I desperately want one, but I just not quite sure that I'm ready just yet. Although I am planning a whole weekend in the garden this weekend. So get our veggies in, sort it out. There's the silver beet. For those of you in New Zealand, you'll know what silver beet is. The silver beet is magnificent right now. It's all just sprung back to life. Silver beet, overseas you'll call it chard or beets, those sorts of things. We have a specific New Zealand variety of silver beet with thick white stems, which I love the stems, and green leafy leaves. Big, they get very big and thick. The other sort of chard and rainbow chard and those things, I have those as well, but they're a lot softer in the leaf. Silver beet is staunch greens. It's really staunch. We grew up on silver beet. I love silver beet. Anyway, the silver beet's doing really well, but other stuff, I've got a couple of broccolis there too. Not enough. I think a rabbit got in to our garden. So this weekend we're going to make sure the perimeter is secure from the rabbits and do some work out there. So fingers crossed that all comes about. It's a warm spring day in Canberra. The fog is lifted where you are in Kimbolton, Claire. Good. Hey, it's a beautiful day in Hawera. Maureen said, I told my son I am owed a barbecue season after being away to Wisconsin and the snow. Oh, I bet you are. But we didn't have one anyway, Maureen. It was a shocking summer last year for us anyway, up here in the north of New Zealand. Down south, it sounds like they had beautiful summer. Okay, you may get your wish as the forecast is not like this for the next 4 days. Ugh, just when I want to get in the garden, Joanne. Never mind, we will see. Might have to put my raincoat on. I thought I'd show you. Last week I showed you the yarn that I'd spun, the one of Delene's, the blue and lavendery yarn, and I showed it to you on the bobbins, and since then I've wound it off and thwacked it and everything, and it's come up and it's quite pretty. I mean, I think it's definitely hand-spun. It's definitely hand-spun. I have a label on it. I've told myself what it is. Corriedale from Delene. I fractal spun it, because I didn't realize that's what I was doing, but I did that. And then I chain plied it, and I did it in September 2023. I've got one label for 2 skeins. I haven't weighed it. I'm imagining it's about, well, I know it was 125 grams, so I've probably got at least 100 left by the time I had some disasters, But I thought that it was going to be more of a sport, but it's really bloomed, and I think it's like a DK. I think it's a DK. I think that's what I've ended up with. But you can see it's a bit thick and thin in there. I'm still getting to grips with getting a nice even spin, but I think it's the plying that I really need to work at. So it's pretty though. It's really pretty. I do like the effect of splitting the braid down all the way down the braid and then doing strips of it so that I get this sort of nice, all the colors, not rather than big blocks of color, I get them all higgledy-piggledy through, so it ebbs and flows through the colors, and then I chain plied it. So the colors are on top of each other as I chain plied it, but then also they sort of it beautifully blends from one to the other. That's what it feels like. And I have these quite different color looks that come out. The blues become more purple and the purples become more blue as I go along. So that was my latest thing. I have got a little bit more on my wheel now. I'm using a Dye Happy fibre. It's beautiful, and it looks a lot muckier in the braid. It's sort of browns and greens, and it's really earthy tones in the braid. But I split it all, and what I've done is I've actually weighed it. I split it all down. That was a disaster. I thought I'd split it into 3. I didn't. I ended up with 7 little balls, 7 little nests of yarn, because it just didn't want to evenly split. But what I did was I got my scales out and I just weighed it, so I had 50 grams for one pile and 50 grams for the other pile, and I've put them in separate bags. Oh, I remember. Oh, there's something over there I'm going to show you. I'm going to go and get it. I just remembered something else I wanted to show you. And I put it into separate bags, and I'm just going to spin each one, and then I was thinking I wanted to do a 3-ply. I might do a 2-ply, or I might introduce a third color and have some sort of, I don't know, I haven't decided. I'm just going to spin them all separately. Look, I'm going to get something from over here. Just give me a second. I have this massive bag of fibre here in my Cairn Knit August Nights bag that I got this year, because I got a message from the very gorgeous Bonnie at Union Fibre the other day, and she asked me, she said, do you have any more of this yarn left that I used for a pattern once? And I said, yes, I do. And I said, do you want it? And she said, yes, I'd love it. So anyway, we agreed to do a trade, and I had 5 skeins of this yarn. And so we agreed that we'd do a trade, and I said, just surprise me. Can you send me fibre to spin? That's what I want. And surprise me. Just send me a surprise. So she surprised me. So I want to show you what I got. She sent me 5 braids in trade. I do love a good trade. Anyway, these are 2 of them. These are both Corriedales from Union Fibre. I think she's got an update at the moment, but if it's sold out, I'm sorry. Okay, so these are two of the braids. These are straight out Corriedale, 120 grams in each one. Oh no, one's 115 and one's 120. This one is sort of blues and it's blues and greens all overshot with black. It's going to be, I'm so looking forward to seeing it. What I was saying about the Dye Happy one before was the colors all look really mucky. They sort of look, they're beautiful, but they all look pretty. I was wondering if it would turn out brownish as I've dyed it, when you're mixing all your colors of paint together and then they end up brown. But as I'm spinning it, I've split it down. As I'm spinning it, I'm getting these intense colors coming through in little patches. So I think my eye will have to learn how to see what I want to create out of a braid. That's something I'm realizing I have to learn. My eye has to learn that when I see a braid, then thinking about what I can make with it. It's another skill, I think. It's another totally different way of looking at the world, which I always enjoy different ways of looking at the world. And this is another way where I can look at it and I can think, I can see different options for a braid, and I can't do it yet. I can't do it. I'm this is something I have to learn, where I look at it and then anticipate what I could do with it and then what I want to do with it. So it's everything sold out on her website, so I'm going to torture you now, but you can hopefully you can put your hand out and tell her to do some more. Anyway, that is a really interesting prospect for me as I go through this adventure, because that's what it is. This is a fibre adventure that I feel on, and it's so refreshing. I really enjoy learning new things, and I enjoy looking at the world in new ways, and I just am a curious person, and so this is hugely satisfying to me. Okay, so I got this one, which is straight Corriedale, and this one, which is also Corriedale. They're non-superwash, and I'm dying to see what I do with them. I'm really dying to see what I do with them. They're beautiful, earthy, beautifully soft. One thing I have discovered is that when I was spinning these two, when I was spinning these, I found the Corriedale so easy to spin, incredibly easy to spin. So I'm finding it similar with the one I'm doing for Dye Happy, because that's also a Corriedale. So I'm in a Corriedale kick right now. So that's the first things I got from her. Then she also sent me this, which is going to be interesting, and I don't know how I'll spin this, because this is a superwash Corriedale with nylon. It's an 80/20. So that's for socks. I will spin that for socks, and it's like an Easter egg colors. It's got it's pinks and sort of soft, everything's soft. It's soft pastels. And I don't know what it'll look like. I have to figure that out, how I want. Look at the dark shots of dark through it. So it would be nice to have a yarn that has these dark shots through it. I think it would be fun to have some barber poling. I could do just a simple pair of socks if I made the yarn really interesting. So, but I also need to make the yarn fine enough. That is going to be a challenge, I think, if I'm busy creating DK at a drop of a hat. Okay, so these are the last two I got from her. My bag is full of other fibre. I'll put that down there. But these are the last two I got, and these are both Corriedale and silk, 85/15 Corriedale silk. They're just over 100 grams, 115 each. And these are beautiful. This one here is pinks and golds and sort of mucky greens and olives. Oh, it's really, really pretty, that one. And you can see the big strips of silk that run through it. So I don't know what I'll do with these. These are just so glorious. And these are all the blues and greens. And you can see the silk just running through it. So that's what I have to play with, which I'm very excited about. And I'm just wondering how I'm going to do it. So if you have any suggestions, do tell me. I'm busy watching videos on how to do spinning and trying to figure out the best ways of doing things and different ways of doing things. I think my plan for now is to just experiment, learn as much as I can, and just work through this fibre to broaden my knowledge of fibre and, spinning fibre and creating colours and all of those things. And then I have an idea that I want to spin for a project, and I've got 2 sweater lots of merino. One is like a oyster color, oyster shell, like a soft oyster shell, taupey kind of color, and the other one is this beautiful blue. And so I would like to spin those for sweaters with a purpose. But I don't know, I keep hearing people talk about long draw. I was watching a video about long draw the other day. That's something I would like to learn. I'd like to learn how to spin woolen spun versus worsted, all of those things. So that's fun. I'm really enjoying the adventure of it. So this is where I've got to. Some pretty blue yarn, which I don't know what I'll do with it, but it can go on the shelf with my other hand spun for now. And I think I would like to spin some with a purpose of putting it into a shawl. That will be something I want to do over this summer. So I'll just keep going and see what happens, and I'll keep reporting back to you about that. I'm sorry all her stuff is sold out on the website. Hopefully you will I'm going to find my phone again because I've lost all your comments. Hopefully you will get some at some point if you want some. Okay, let me have a little look. Where is here we go. I'm going to find the comments underneath the video. All comments. Let me see. Oh, here we are. You've popped up again. There's Joanne. I wonder if you could put 4 yarns. Put 4 yarns or my yarns into a fade. Oh, I see. The 4 I've got here. I could definitely. I was thinking about. I'm. You know what we're like, people. You know what we're like. You know what you're like. I know what I'm like. I gravitate towards the same colors, and so a lot of my fibers, if I show you them now, are the same kinds of colors. Like I have a lot of the same. I really love jewel tones. I really love earthy tones, so I'm always drawn to those. So I just have to work out the best way of making the most of them. I'm not 100% sure at the moment. I'm just trying to see your comments on this. I don't know why it won't let me see them. Come on, let me see them. I could see them before. All right, I'm going to leave it. I thought I'd show you something else. You know, the doors for Wardrobe Toolbox are still open. They're open until next Thursday, the 28th. So I'll pop in next week and I'll give you a final hurrah about that, just to let you know that they're still open. We've had a whole lot of people join us. It's always lovely to see people come in. People are joining the lounge, and we're just sort of sitting tight, those people are joining us for the knit night next week. So if you join now, you haven't missed anything. You just get to join between now and Thursday, and we welcome you into our lounge, just into the community, so you can start taking part straight away. But you don't miss any content at this point. When we go to our knit night next week on Saturday, it'll be a Saturday morning knit night, everybody will be able to come to that. So everybody will be in the doors by then. So if you're worried you missed something, you haven't. There's still plenty of time. You can join in, and you'll be able to come next Saturday with everybody else. I thought I'd show you this shawl because I was reminded that this was the shawl that I put out at the beginning of last season. This one we're just finishing, season 7. So this came out in April this year, and she has been one of my most worn shawls of the winter. I have just worn the shawl over and over and over this winter. It almost feels like I need a little bit more time to be wearing them, but here we are, we're at the end already. And this one is called Dreamweaver, and it's a whole bunch of, it's a perfect one for minis, and she has these fabulous little patterns that run all the way through, and you smooch all your minis and you work it through. It's a nice one to use, sort of fading yarn that goes from one thing to another. You can grab random minis and use them all the way through. I used the Advent kit, or some of the Advent kit that I got from Union Fibre from Bonnie a couple of years ago. So I had a whole lot of 20 mini skeins that I used for this. From memory, it used about 10 or 15 or something, not my whole set. But you start at the end, you actually start at the other end here with a little piqué beginning, and then you work your way through. It is unbelievably difficult to put this one down. It's what everybody found. Well, and I found, but that's what I'm hearing from people. They're just like, I just got to keep going. I just want to see what happens next. I just got to keep going. Very rhythmic stitches, just over and over. Just that you get into that beautiful rhythm of slipping, and it's got lots of slip stitches in it, slips and knits and a little, twisting of stitches around, and yeah, one just fades into the other. I'll show you what I wear mine around my neck. And now I'm really hot now, but I'll show you how I wear mine around my neck. The reason I love it is because I've chosen colors that are in my wardrobe, and so I can wear this, and it's got tons of different colors in it. And what I love is I have these different colors at either end. So I have this beautiful pinks at one end and these beautiful greens at the other, and they're almost opposites. They are opposites pretty much on the color wheel, these two. And then it fades in between. We would just work our way round the wheel to come out the other side with all these beautiful grays and olives and everything in the middle. So I wore this shawl a lot this winter, because it was so easy just to grab it, throw it on. It pretty much went with most things I wear, and it was feminine without being prissy, which is what I like. It felt very womanly, this shawl. I really enjoyed wearing it. It just was enough. It was just enough for me. So that's how I pretty much wore it. That looks a bit of a mess there, but yeah, that's pretty much how I wore it all winter. So this is one of the ones that's inside Wardrobe Toolbox at the moment. Everybody who was in the last season automatically got that. I'm sitting here looking at the pattern that you're about to get at the beginning of October. I am really pleased with it. So you will be getting that in 2 weeks' time, the people in the new season. But when you join, you have access to the old patterns. You can buy the old patterns. You don't automatically get all the however many 20-something patterns that have been before, but you can buy them, and they're permanently discounted. So they're at least 20% off. So you can go and grab them. So shawls like this and tops like this, like the one I'm wearing, this is also a Wardrobe Toolbox pattern, Paloma. These are not available yet anywhere else. They're only available in there. So if you want them, you can grab them inside and knit them before they come available to the public, and you won't get them cheaper anywhere else. So you get a great discount on that. Paloma, this one I'm wearing, Paloma, I love this top. This has been a fantastic top. I was just one of the ones I wanted to grab straight away the minute it was warm outside. Paloma is coming out, I'll probably put it out over the summer, towards the end of the year, maybe. I haven't quite decided, but it'll come out towards the end of the year. I usually keep them exclusive for about a year for the Wardrobe Toolbox people. So, you get quite a long time. This one won't be out till next year, because obviously it was out this year in April. So it'll be our autumn next year that it'll come out. Sometime like that, April, May next year. Joanne said, I thought the 2 corridors and 2 silks might work together. Yes, you could be right, Joanne. You could be right. I will definitely do some exploring. These are the corridors and these are the corridor silks. I just don't know yet. I will do a little bit of research before I start, and I just want to get a little bit better, because I just would like to really master the plying on my machine. I'd really like to master spinning evenly, so I'm practicing those. Someone contacted me the other day to tell me about a spinning group that meets near me, so I'm trying to work out if I can go and I can go. I can't really go midweek during the day. It's a bit tricky for me to juggle everything. I'll try maybe, but maybe in the holidays I should be able to do that if I have a break. But they'll also do one evening, and I was thinking, maybe if I organise myself I could get out of here one evening and go along and take my wheel and get some help. Really just want to need help to get better on my wheel. So I'll have a think about that. Anyway, I think that's all the things I wanted to show you today. There's a lot of spinning going on. I really am on a mission to try and get more knits on my needles. I had a thought about my Tui sweater that I'm re-knitting in the Happiness yarn, and I suddenly thought the other day, I think I'm going to rip that out, and I think I'm going to make a brand new pattern with that yarn, because it's beautiful yarn. I've put it down, and I do think it'll be really lovely in a Tui, but I thought I should just do another pattern. I should just do another jumper in sport weight yarn with that yarn. So I think I will do that, rather than knitting an old one again. I think I just felt like something new. So I think I'll try and do something new. So that's my mission at the moment, is to try and get a few more things on my needles and out to you a little bit more often. It's a lot. It's a lot of knitting, but I love knitting, so we'll get there. All right, everybody. It was lovely to see you this morning. The sun is shining. I've got a long list of things to get through today, and I will catch you next week. Don't forget, the doors for Wardrobe Toolbox are still open. You can still join. You haven't missed anything. Come and join us. It is such fun inside. The whole idea of Wardrobe Toolbox is I want you to feel fabulous in your knits. I want you to, for the people that knit for themselves, which is pretty much everyone inside Wardrobe Toolbox knits for themselves, and there's nothing quite so satisfying as taking something off the mat, the blocking mat, off your needles. It gets blocked, you put it on, it not only fits you, but it feels fantastic. And that is our mission. That is what I want you to feel. I want you to feel like you're the boss of your knitting, and you can make things that feel fantastic, because I know you can. So we'll set you up with all the tools you need. We'll give all the support you need so that you can do that too. All right, everybody, I will catch you later. I'll see you next week for another chat, and do lots of knitting. I hope it doesn't rain where you are, so you get out in the garden if you want to. Lots of knitting, lots of making. I will catch you later. See you later. Bye, everybody.